Good evening, my name is Caitlin, and this evening I'm going to talk to you about the importance of washing your hands. I work in a hospital here in Topeka, and it's like a way of life, washing our hands there. I mean, you're dealing with sick people all the time, and our hospital's really up to date on running audits to make sure their employees wash their hands, so it's always something that's been really important, you know, not even in the healthcare field, but out in public as well. Especially, you know, cold and flu season is approaching here shortly, and the best way to prevent the cause and spread of germs is washing your hands. But I want to start this out by talking to you about just your average day at work, walking into work, you know. You're going to touch a door handle, maybe an elevator button, you know, things that are just covered probably in germs that hundreds of other people have touched that morning, the day before, whatever. Anyhow, and especially kids too at school, you know, kids, they play with the same playground equipment that other kids play with, and, you know, they're in the computer lab and going to the drinking fountain and touching those things, you know, and then it's so common for us to, you know, unconsciously just touch our face or rub our eye if it itches, or, you know, same thing. So it's just very easy to spread bacteria. You don't even know you're doing it. But going back to the hospital, it's so important in the hospital because I'm in and out of patients' rooms, and if I'm in one patient's room touching things and then I don't wash my hands or even use hand sanitizer and go to another patient's room, I'm now putting that patient at risk for the chance of an infection, which could lead to even more issues down the road. But according to the CDC, bacteria, viruses, and even some microbes can remain live on human skin for up to 48 hours. And that's a long time. Like, that honestly scares me because I go to the hospital and then I come home and touch things at my house. So what am I bringing into my house, you know? Like I said, touching our face and our eyes after, you know, we've been dealing with stuff. Hand sanitizer, it does kill stuff because it is alcohol based. But otherwise, just hot soap and water will do so much more justice by just doing that. The CDC goes on to say that illnesses like Salmonella and E. coli and the norovirus can easily be prevented just by washing your hands, you know. It's 2017 and almost everyone has a cell phone, and the United Kingdom did a study on the top 10 things that harvest the most bacteria that we touch, and they concluded that 1 in 6 cell phones do in fact are contaminated by fecal matter. That's human poop on your phone. How gross is that? And the CDC also went on to say that infections like the norovirus can be presented by up to 31% by using 30 seconds of your time and just washing your hands. You know, we do have the flu vaccine and all these other things we can do to prevent the infection from getting worse and bigger, but we could also prevent it ahead of time and it not happen at all by doing a small thing, by just washing our hands. In the hospital, we have these flyers up. I'll bring it in a little bit, but they're everywhere. And a study was conducted by the SCA, which is a global hygiene corporation, and they did a survey on Americans and how truthful they are about washing their hands. And it said on average you come in contact with 300 surfaces every 30 minutes, exposing yourself to 840,000 germs. But it said 71% of Americans say they practice good hand hygiene and wash their hands regularly. Yet 58% have witnessed others leaving a public restroom without washing their hands. That is terrifying because some of these percentages include coworkers you work with, or your own personal friends, or people that work at restaurants where we all eat. So it's very terrifying. And to have, for example, to have someone like a dental hygienist work on your mouth after she's been to the bathroom, just putting on gloves is not a good way to prevent infections, you know. We all carry bacteria, and all bacteria is not bad. I mean, we need bacteria to thrive, But when there's an imbalance, that's the reason and leaves room for infection. So, in conclusion, the importance to all of this is just we can prevent such bigger problems by just washing our hands. And before the flu season and cold season spreads like wildfire, which it does, the simple thing is to just wash our hands, and it keeps us safe and others around us safe. Thank you.